Today on All Caps. The height of hypocrisy. Why is one of the world's biggest anti-Zionist voices, Candace Owens, suddenly hiring a Zionist lawyer? We're exposing the double standards behind the scenes. Plus, Israel's three-front war, from the shadow of the Iran deal to the fake ceasefire in Lebanon and the escalating tension in Judea and Samaria. And the ultimate conspiracy, how people are trying to blame Israel for the Trump assassination attempt this time. We're debunking the latest viral lies. And he's traveled the world bending minds and defying logic. Joining us at the table, world-renowned mentalist Aviv Dora. It all starts right now.
Welcome back to All Caps. It is so good to see you all again. Ladies, it's been a whirlwind of headlines this week. But before we get into the big hitters, tell me what caught your eyes this week?
What caught my eye this week was, if you've been scrolling online, you've definitely heard this viral song. Let's play it.
Oh, everybody played it. I saw it everywhere.
It's amazing, but guess what?
What?
They're Israeli. Can you?
What?
Yes. Did you know?
No.
No, they're an Israeli indie alternative rock band.
Are you serious?
I was
they're so
shocked.
good.
I'm like, where is the Israeli accent? I didn't hear it. My husband told me, and my mouth was on the ground, like, ooh. But this is amazing. This is exactly what we need. We have the whole world listening to this song. This does more good for Israel and the Israeli people, showing the good of this country, more than 100 videos of people fighting online about the conflict.
Yes,
It's incredible. It's incredible. I think they hate like the 40-second big hitters, and in Britain they're just moving on, and it's like incredible. And it's the first song.
Yeah,
That's the first song.
They're just a small indie band. and
Can you-
Israeli proud.
Can you imagine being like super pro-Palestinian and then like loving this band and then realize that they are Israeli?
Yes, I was
What
checking
you
the
gonna
comments.
do?
I was like, how many know? And a few people are commenting, I'm not listening. Just a few, but most people are like, forget it. A good song is a good song. What can we say?
Such a great way to do like advocate for Israel.
Right. It's beautiful. We need
Yeah.
more of this.
Yeah. What caught my eyes this week, it's Candace Owens. She has been sued by the First Lady of France, Brigitte Macron. Why she's been sued is because basically Candace says that Brigitte, born as a man, she took this conspiracy and she put this on her show. She talked about it, and Brigitte, the First Lady of France, says, okay, enough is enough, and she's suing her. But it's getting very interesting because Candace's lawyers are Jewish. All of them, the whole firm, they are Jewish. They are not just Jewish. They are a Zionist. The leading lawyer,
irony.
yes, the irony. She's the leading lawyer is Mark Kasovitz, and he is pro-Israeli. He's suing Harvard and Columbia for anti-Semitic. He's like a big help for us, and now she's hiring him and all his team for defending her in the court. And you know, as someone, she always says, Jewish are filthy. They cannot be trusted. All of them are. Yes,
Yeah.
she said that. All of them are the same. That we belong to the synagogue of Satan. And now, when she needed help, suddenly she go to the Jewish people
Because we run the
to
world,
get
so she
help.
knows who to turn to, right?
Well, yes, but like, how you can say to your audience that we are all of these things?
Totally. She's a hypocrite.
And then, yes, it's so crazy to me, because when you need someone to really rely on, to really trust, you go to the Jewish people.
I'm not surprised she's using a Jewish lawyer, because she wants to go to the best, because she really needs to protect herself. But,
No, but like-
why the Jewish lawyer agreed to represent her? You know, Mark Kasovitz is a great guy. I know him personally. As a matter of fact, his law firm led by Daniel Benson, was the first one to support Surat ad-Din when we started back then, 25 years ago. And they're amazing, and they're very involved with the Jewish community, and they're leaders in the community. And just to take a case, just because it's famous, it's not really, in my eyes, a good thing to do, because sometimes lawyers take a case just for the principle, right? Like for instance, the Nazis marching in Skokie. Remember this case?
Yeah.
When the Nazis wanted to march, it was like in the 70s, in Skokie, which is a Jewish suburb of Chicago. The Jewish people who were Holocaust survivors filed a petition with the court trying to prevent the Nazis to march in Skokie, the most Jewish town. And it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Nazis were represented by a Jewish lawyer named David Goldenberg. And he said that he's taking the case because it's a principle, it's a freedom of expression, it's a freedom of march.
If Candace comes to you and say, like, can you represent me?
Exactly.
You will do it?
Exactly. No, I would not do it because there is no principle to protect. So she sued for libel. That's her fault. That's her case. It's not like incredible legal thing that you have to prove her in court. And
but like, you know what I'm thinking? Because he's so pro-Israeli, because she had so much Jews, this is the reason maybe he take this case. And I hope, like, he will lose. I hope he's not that good and he will lose in this case. Let's see. I don't want her to win on this.
Yeah, you're right, but it's twofold. If he wins, so he saved her life.
Yes,
but if he loses,
she would have said the Jewish
will be happy, but
how much are we
she
talking
will
about?
again blame the Jewish people for losing in her case, huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
This is so crazy. Let's see, like, what's people online thinking about this move of her.
Okay, hold on. So Candace Owens has hired a Zionist attorney to defend her in her defamation suit against the Macrons. Now, if you've heard almost anything Candace say recently, you know she has a problem with Zionist. Here's an example of her talking about Zionist.
See that hunger in Bibi Netanyahu and the Zionists today. I'm telling you, murder makes them happy. It fills them in a way that is just like so disturbing. It's hard for them not to smile when they're talking about people being murdered.
Wow.
I hope she loses, and I hope Kasowitz will not take the case after all. But I'll tell you what caught my eyes this week, which is another legal case. Karim Khan, the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, that we are suing him. Surat ad-Din have filed a lawsuit against him for abandoning the hostages and filing war crime complaints and arrest warrants against Benjamin Netanyahu and Gallant, happened to be protected by Qatar for issuing these arrest warrants. Qatar said that if the International Criminal Court prosecutor, Karim Khan, will go after Israel in this current war, she will take care of him.
Wow.
What does this mean?
I'm not
take care of him?
surprised. Oh, well, she will pay him.
Well,
probably.
Obviously, yeah, paying money because he might get some precautions for doing this act, might be attacked. And if you recall, there was a sex affair of someone in his court, right, complaining against him. So the whole thing had very hard implications on him. So Qatar needed to stand behind him and tell him, don't be afraid, go on, move forward. If anything happens, I'll take care of you. So that shows you what the ICC is. It's not an international court. It's a puppet. It's biased. Yeah. It's a political building. And
but what is the ICC even supposed to do these days if they're not carrying out justice? I can't remember the last time they carried out justice. Nitzana, what is their purpose these days? To carry out the propaganda of these regimes?
To carry out the not propaganda, the regime of the will of Qatar to destroy Israel, to destroy
But how do they get
leaders.
infiltrated? How do these infiltrations happen? It feels like everything's been taken over. The media, the law, the governments. How?
Money. Money talks.
And that's why you have to hit them where it hurts.
Everything with its money. Israel is currently facing a strategic threat on 3 different fronts: Iran, Lebanon, and Judea and Samaria. Between the danger of a new Iran deal and the illusion of a ceasefire in the north, there are also our domestic political challenges. Let's dive in. Ladies, I need to tell you that I'm very afraid of the coming agreement between Iran to the United States. The United States is seeking just to get the uranium out of Iran, that Iran will stop its uranium and nuclear program. And Iran, in return, just want to have the sanctions lifted, just want to defreeze its asset, just to want to be free to do business again. And this agreement is so bad for Israel because, first, nobody is talking about the ballistic missiles that it's a life-threatening against Israel. Nobody talks about the support that Iran is giving the proxies. They will keep funding Hamas and the Houthis and Hezbollah. But the most dangerous thing, in my eyes, is as a result of this agreement, Iran will start making $1 billion a day.
How?
I'll tell you how. First of all, we heard from President Trump that by blocking the Hormuz Strait, United States prevents Iran from making $500 million.
A day.
Talking about a day, you're talking about 4 million barrels of oil that Iran can produce, sold for $80 or $100 per barrel. That brings you almost
So every day of this blockade, the naval blockade, they're losing $400 million a day, more or less.
Right. But if you lift this, and if you take the sea blockade away, and you let Iran out of sanctions, and now they can sell the barrels, they will not only make $400 million a day, they pressured United States to let them negotiate with the Arab state that using the straits as well. And they are planning to tax anybody who's using the Hormuz Straits. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, they will have to pay 25% tax on these barrels, which will bring an income for Iran of another $600 million.
So
$1 billion a day.
They're turning it into a toll booth, essentially.
They're going to be more stronger before the war. They're going to be richer. They're going to have more ballistic missiles.
Yeah.
So what we did until now, like, what was the point of this war that we've been for 1 month in the shelters and stop our life? What was the point?
I'm trying to be optimistic
for
here.
Trump, I'm trying to understand. For us, we had a goal, okay?
Yeah.
We had a goal. The goal was clear. But for him, I thought you're gonna destroy this regime. I thought you're gonna change the regime.
Yeah.
I thought the Iranian people are gonna be free finally, after for many years. And now we know the money that they have. It doesn't go to build schools. They don't invest this in their people. They don't build hospitals. They use this for war. They use this, as you say, to fund Hezbollah, to fund Hamas.
Yeah.
So what we did, like, it's become worse than we thought.
I think we all hoped, for what you said in the very beginning, that this would be the end of regime. I think we went into this believing and hoping that, and that's not what happened. Now we're all kind of in a shock. Like, how can it possibly be worse than it is? Now it's like Iran's being run from religious clerks. Now they're being run by IRGC commanders. It seems from worse to even worse.
We still hope that Trump will not agree to any such an agreement, although I'm afraid that once Iran is willing to give up their nuclear facilities and their enriched uranium, Trump will just take it and declare a victory. And this is why Israel has to stand strongly against any such an agreement. And hopefully even before the ceasefire ends, start taking the targets, the goals of Iran that will enable it to make $1 billion a year, a day.
A day.
And perhaps just even to stop the ceasefire in Lebanon as well. Because what are we doing there?
So all the proxies will continue to get their paychecks.
Yes.
This doesn't stop. So it feels like it's a lunch break, and they're going to come back fed and stronger.
If we want to stop fighting Hezbollah in Lebanon, and if we want to stop fighting Hamas in Gaza, we need to stop Iran.
Yeah.
And because there is no ceasefire now between Lebanon and Israel, because they still sending rockets on the north of Israel. There is no ceasefire. Dying. It's just illusion ceasefire. You know, right. It's not real. So for us, we fight this war, but we didn't achieve anything.
Feels like we're back at square one. Yeah, it's a huge disappointment.
Yeah. So I think Israel just has to complete its goals, which in Lebanon are pushing Hezbollah beyond the Litani River, creating a security zone that nobody can march in, no Hezbollah, no other residents of South Lebanon, completely empty, to secure the life of the IDF soldiers that are protecting there. I mean, we see almost on a daily basis that soldiers are getting killed.
Yeah.
And this is under a ceasefire, right? Imagine what will happen without. And make sure that Hezbollah cannot reach the northern parts of the country anymore to the best of the ability. With Hamas, we have to go into Gaza and finish the job once and for all.
What about the plan that Trump has in Gaza?
Yeah.
Like all these amazing buildings.
Yes.
And
yes. Not only, like Trump Gaza, right?
Yes.
And the immigration
Trump Tower
plan.
in Gaza. What about that?
Along with the immigration plan. What happened to it?
Yes, exactly.
Why 2 million Palestinians have to live in this poor, dismal strip? Why can't just move to another country? Egypt needs money. Other countries in Africa need money. Trump should just go on with his plan.
People need to understand that Hamas is no good for its own people, because if they were good, they will change Gaza Strip. Okay, yeah. For years it's just destroyed. People are hungry there, not because of us, not because Israel, because Hamas. They take all this money for the masses. So
right.
Now they just need to go out from Gaza, and then maybe to give real chance to the people there.
And it's not the only front. We also have the Judea and Samaria. We're dealing with so many fronts, and each front has its own unique situation and problem. Right now, there were some settlements that were approved by the government, and there's this question of whether these settlements will decrease the amount of violence, the terror attacks happening in the Judea and Samaria, or not.
Yeah. I believe that Jewish settlements protect the lives of the people that are using these areas, using the roads, using the
But do you feel like the fact that these settlements are being created will anger more these Palestinian terrorists, and they will go and do more attacks?
But the settlement in Judea and Samaria is a fact. That's it. It's a fact. Jews will live there under any agreement. So to strengthen the settlements already, we have to build more. As a matter of fact, we provide in Surat ad-Din courses that protects the people in Judea and Samaria.
Right, I've been wanting to attend one of these. So I've seen videos where you bring your car and you are acting as if there's a terror attack, and what if the road is set on fire, and how do you deal with it when your car is set on fire? Or how do you keep driving? Can you drive through a fire? All these situations.
It's such an important lesson to give. When I was a soldier, I was a lieutenant in the army, and I used to protect these settlements. Many, like half of my service with my soldier was to be in Tekoa and these places to protect the people there. And they are super brave for living there.
They are.
Because it's really dangerous. We used to go there with our own, weapons and everything, and you are like holding and watching that somebody will not come and attack the people there. So it's amazing how they raise their children and risk their life for us, basically.
It's one of the most dangerous places in the country.
Yeah.
And what's interesting also is that a lot of people don't realize Israel is a small piece of land, but actually if we look at the Hebrew Bible, 80% of the stories of our history happen in that small part of that country. That's how much that piece of land means to the Jewish people. Judea, Jews. That's where Jews come from.
By the way, there is no any fence or something like big, a wall between the settlement, or it's just like you can see them, you know?
Right.
It's just like
this is why it's so, this is why it's so dangerous, because you don't have any lead time. Nothing.
they can come.
They can come behind you in a second.
Anytime.
And I think a lot of people from the outside, they don't understand the setup of what you can call the West Bank, Judea and Samaria.
Yeah.
It's divided into A, B, and C, but it's very complicated to explain this to somebody. It's not just this area. It's an area where, okay, there's Palestinian cities that are under their own government, and then there's Area B, and then there's Area C where they're Israeli, and it's just this really intense area that's really hard to understand.
Yeah. It's complicated, and let's hope that the next days will just bring us peace somehow and security, most important.
Amen.
To lighten the mood and perhaps challenge our sense of reality, we have someone truly special with us today. He has performed in front of some of the most famous people in the world, leaving audience speechless with his mental feats. Please welcome the incredible Aviv Dora.
Hello. How are you? How are you?
Great.
Wow, Aviv, you discovered...
What a speech.
Well, it's an introduction, but I know you're worth it because I know that you discovered your sense of reading minds in the age of 8.
Correct.
Take us back to this moment.
Actually, it's not a mind reading. It's more mind influencing. It's an ability that I developed. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. I started doing it since I was 8 years old, and that's what I do for a living. I'll give you an example. You know what? Let's start with an example, how I did it when I was 8 years old. So I started with a dice. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Can you do like that with your right hand? That's how I started it. What's the number on top right now?
2.
2. Here's what we're about to do. I'm going to turn around. I want you to choose any number that you want, put it upwards, and cover it. All right? Let me know when you're done. I'm not going to look. Got it? So just, can I turn around?
Yes.
Perfect. Can you count to 6 out loud?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is it number 3 by any chance?
Yes, it is.
Yes. One more time. Try to be creative, all right? Try to.
Creative.
Let me know when you're done.
I'm done.
You're done?
Yes.
Can you count to 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I know the number also.
Look at me. 5, correct?
5. She stopped when she said 5, right?
Yeah.
You stop when you say 5.
It based on lots of psychological techniques, such as reading body language and non-verbal communication, extrasensory perception, NLP, and all that. And
but you didn't have to study this. You just knew.
Realize this.
You didn't need to study the body language when you were 8 years old. It was just natural.
It
was a gift.
Correct. It's a gift. Yeah, it is. You're very skeptic. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, I am skeptic.
I can see it in your eyes. You're very skeptic.
You have been performed in among of like big Hollywood names, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sidney Sweeney, and Jennifer Aniston.
Correct.
Are they? I guess they know that you are from Israel, but are they like? You have conversation with them in backstage about the fact that you are from Israel.
Oh, with many of them. With many of them.
How they react?
They know Post Malone, the singer.
Yes.
So he loves Israel and
really?
Yeah, he loves it.
It's good to know.
His manager is Jewish, by the way, and many of them, like Steve Aoki and Sidney Sweeney.
What they say?
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I'm saying that I'm from Israel before I'm saying that I'm a mentalist.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm Aviv. I'm from Israel.
Which one gets a bigger reaction?
Both, actually. So I said, I am Aviv, I'm from Israel, and I'm a mentalist. And then, can I show you something really quick? So that's how it works. And I don't care if they're like anti-Semitic and all that. I don't care about it. If they love Israel, so they love me. And if they don't love Israel, so they don't love me. I don't care about it.
And do you see yourself as some sort of informal ambassador to Israel? Because you actually introduce yourself as Israeli first and then mentalist second.
Yeah. I'm an Israeli before everything. Before I'm a mentalist, before everything. I'm an Israeli guy and I'm a Jewish guy, so that's the most important thing for me. Let's do one more thing before we continue the interview, all right?
Okay.
We're going to start with you, India, all right? Imagine that you're holding a book, a huge book with like, I don't know, 1,000 pages, all right? Do it. And you refer through the pages, do it, refer through the pages, and stop at one page and one page only. All right? Ready? All right. What's the page number? I'm going to write it down.
192.
192. 192, correct? Do you want to change your mind?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Now, Titi, you are at page 192. I want you to choose a word from that page, up to 6 letters. It can be 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters. What's the word?
World.
Word?
Olam, yeah.
All right, got it. Word. Perfect.
The world is on your mind.
Perfect. Word, olam, yes?
Yeah.
Like W-O-R-L-D, correct? Yeah. Perfect. And you, I want you to think of a number between 1 and a million. Can you say a number? You know what? Make it as hard as possible. Choose random numbers.
I need to remember this, though.
Write it down.
540.
Another number. Just make it big. Make it harder for me. Got it?
Yeah, 1 second.
Take your time. I get paid by the hour, so no worries at all.
Okay.
You ready? What's the number? I don't know. Oh, wow. 450-987, correct?
Yes.
That's your number.
Yes,
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
That was a test about connection. Did I tell you to think about that number?
No.
Did I tell you to think about that word?
No.
Did I tell you to think about your number?
No.
No, correct?
No.
Well, there's one thing you don't know. There's one thing you don't know. 5 minutes before I came here, I wrote something on a piece of paper, and I put it inside my pocket. Listen, I wrote 3 things on that piece of paper. What was the page number?
192.
What was the word?
World.
What was the number?
450-987.
I wrote.
What?
No. No. No.
No. No, no, no. No, 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 no.
Oh my God!
That cannot be.
It can be.
How did you do that?
Please keep it as a gift.
Oh my God!
My gosh.
I almost said Lebanon, but and then I closed my eyes, and then the word come to me. Oh my God!
Insane, right?
How did you
And
do
that was just the warm-up, yeah? I'm just letting you know.
You know, I was skeptical. I was.
This is
I
crazy.
saw that on
It's
your
like,
face. I saw that.
But maybe because
And you chose the numbers, right?
I did.
That's why I gave you the phone.
Any number.
To type it in. Yeah.
I started actually with 540.
And you changed your mind, right?
To pick like
Wow.
a tougher number.
Yeah. Between 1 and a million.
But maybe because I'm just Israeli, because you know Israelis are tough audience and they don't want to
The
be
toughest.
stuck there.
The toughest.
Right.
The toughest audience.
right?
The toughest.
How was your experience?
That's why I'm so successful in Europe and the States. Because I have the
We're like children. We're
Yeah.
wow. We
Yeah.
want to believe.
correct.
There is a difference between your shows in
Israel.
all over the world before the war and after the war.
A few months ago, I had a meeting and with a very famous host from the States. And she was with her agent. And I started with the things, and I told to the host that I'm from Israel. She's a very famous host. Mm-hmm. And the agent came after a few minutes. She didn't see me at the beginning. And then I did some stuff to her too. And she said, oh, amazing, where are you from? Because she heard the accent. And I said, I'm from Israel. The host didn't say anything, but the agent, she was like, all right, I see. Yeah, I saw her face.
How she changed.
Yeah, exactly. I saw her face immediately. And I said, why? And she said, oh, no, all right. And then I did more stuff, and she was all right. She was relaxed.
But they canceled the show
for
or
being
like...
Israeli because you're so talented, wasn't it?
No, but I felt it. I felt it
you
that
broke
she had
the
an
ice,
issue.
though, and sometimes it just takes that human
It's-
connection.
Correct. It's the perfect icebreaker.
Because they've been programmed, you know,
Correct.
Israeli equals monster, and then they meet you, and then you're a human with love in your heart.
Exactly. Exactly. Can you think of a word?
Yes, I can. I have a word.
All right. I want to show the audience how easy it is to get into your mind, into everybody's mind. All right. Look at me. Can you count to 10 out loud?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Can I guess?
No. 1 second. I'm going to write something down. All right. Don't say the word. I want you also to think of a word. Can you do it for me?
Yeah.
Do you have the word in your mind? And you, do you have a word in your mind
Yes,
right
I
now?
do.
Can you count to 10 out loud?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
8 letters, correct? In the word.
True.
True? Just think about the first letter.
Okay.
Look at me. The first letter is E. Look at me.
Oh my God.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Envelope.
Wow.
Ah, that's random. Wow, wow,
That's
wow,
super
wow.
random.
Come on.
But let's take it a step further. Well, this is a talk show in English, so I brought the best thing, right, for this show. An Oxford dictionary. Can you hold your hand like that,
Yes.
flat, and put your other hand above? Perfect. Back to you. All right? Do you have a word in your mind?
Yes.
Is there any possible way for me to know the word?
Nope.
Is there any possible way for anyone here to know the word?
There's
no
no way.
chance, right?
No chance.
4 letters?
Yes.
All right. Listen.
No.
I wrote something down. I'm not sure, but I think that's the word. I'm not sure about
I'm gonna
it.
freak if it's the word.
On 3. All right? 1, 2, 3. Say the word.
Pink.
Again?
Pink.
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 What's the pen?
That's not pink.
You don't get it, huh? That's pink. P-I-N. You don't get it, huh?
P-I-N.
You don't get it. 6, 2, 7, 8. You're holding a dictionary.
Yeah.
Go to page 627. Open it up.
No.
What was the word again?
Pink.
Pink. 627.
Maybe Titi will do it because I need my glasses here.
627.
Oh my God.
627. As fast as you can.
627, okay.
627. And check what's the 8th word. What's the 8th word?
Okay,
627.
I'm there.
8th word. Here.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the word?
Pink.
What's the word?
Why? No.
Show the camera. The 8th word.
Oh my God. This is crazy.
That's amazing.
Wow. And I
Okay, it's
Wow.
impossible to be his friend.
yeah.
Like, you can read our minds all the time. It's crazy. Even
my
to be your
gosh.
wife, it's possible.
That's why I'm single, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why I'm single. Well, I know it's very impressive and you're still blown away. You don't know how I did it, but it doesn't matter. Again, you need just to have fun and you need to enjoy it.
Yeah. We have a
you can use your talents anywhere, not only with numbers and words, probably with world events or maybe competitions or victories or...
Yeah, actually, I predicted the last elections in Israel.
When
The last
last
election.
one.
The last one, yeah. I predicted and I was right.
like in terms of mandates?
Correct.
Wow. Who's
Numbers
going to
of
be the
mandates
next?
as well?
Tell
Yeah,
us
and I was
who's
right.
going to be...
No mistakes. And then I predicted the Eurovision and I predicted the UEFA Champions League, the last final. And
So wait, I'm sorry, but can you gamble? Like, is that legal?
Legal.
Someone like you, if you're going to win in the
well,
lottery?
there is a blacklist. You mean in Vegas or in Vegas?
I don't know, whatever.
You know,
goes
the
through.
like prediction websites.
I prefer to do it on the positive way. Know what I mean?
What do you mean to win $1 million is not positive? Like, if
actually-
I was you.
Well, It's a good question. If you're talking about lottery, so lottery, it's not a human mind behind it. You know what I mean? It's a machine. So I cannot predict. It's a machine with hair. So I cannot predict.
I got it.
But if someone is thinking about something, then I can take it out of his brain.
You are 30 years old, right?
I'm 30 years old, correct.
Single.
I had a birthday 2 weeks ago.
World, right?
I'm Aries. What do you say?
You're performing all over the world.
I'm performing all of. Well, I'm based in Israel.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Israel. I perform. I do many shows in Israel. Many shows. Big corporates, conferences, big summits, national summits. But I also perform all around the world. I'm all over, performing in Europe. Well, actually, I just had a show a month ago for the top Jewish leaders from all over Europe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was 250 people. It was in Greece.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I perform in Europe and I perform in the States.
That is so fun. And I think you're going to bring so much joy to so many people around the world. And you being from Israel is, you know, it's a side thing, but it's also a big part of you. But you truly are an ambassador, whether you say it or not. I think we bond over laughter and smiles, and that's the most powerful thing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Pleasure. Now, shifting from illusions to dangerous delusions, it seems there is no limit to the conspiracies. Social media trolls are now trying to link Israel to the attempt on Donald Trump's life.
So you can see people are immediately on Twitter blaming Israel. You know, they're not very creative. It's like the little girl who cries wolf. Do they ever get tired of blaming Israel? At some point, people are going to stop believing them. You know, there's the tweets, and then they find the one Israeli Jew in the room. They put a circle around him, and then they create a conspiracy because this looks legitimate, right, guys? This just is
But
evidence.
what they try to say, like, what's the point? Because it doesn't make sense. If you try to assassinate the president, you will not be there by yourself.
You know, when you
you will not expose yourself.
Yeah. When you commit a crime, Nitzana, you're a lawyer. You have to have a motive, right?
But he expressed his motive.
Yes.
Yes.
He said, he wrote a note, he sent emails to his relatives before he went to assassinate. He said, I'm going to assassinate Donald Trump. And he said what the reason were. And he left a note also. And he says, among others, he didn't like the treatment that Donald Trump had towards the Jews, towards Israel. Meaning he wanted to kill Donald Trump for his relationship with Israel. So how can
what that's saying, Israel doesn't have a motive. That's why there's no motive, so there's no crime, because Israel would be worse off. I mean, this is the most pro-Israel president in American history.
But in this point, I think people just can say anything about Israel and everybody will agree. Like
you know, in any event that happened in the United States, which is a disaster or some murder or some, the Jews involved. The Jews are blamed for September 11. The Jews are blamed even for the last assassination or the attempt of assassination of Donald Trump. The Jews were involved.
I think if I will tweet now that the Jews are responsible for the, I don't know, aliens that come to the world, and they will believe me. They will like this, and it will catch. You know,
it's confirmation bias because it's what they want to believe. You know, Jews were blamed in the medieval times for the bubonic plague, which was really interesting because there's a few theories historians talk about. But first of all, they were saying Jews were poisoning the water wells, of course.
Yeah.
But actually, there is truth. There were some parts of the population, Jewish populations, that were having less infections. But that was because of the ritual cleanings and the mikveh and all of that. So, you know, there's people come up with things, but there's an explanation.
But there is a big difference. The danger in the Middle Ages was small as opposed to what we have now. Back then, you needed to write it, you needed to preach it. There was a small audience that heard your lie and spread it very, very slowly. Today, everyone with an iPhone is just a liar that spreads lies, and it goes like this in a second. In a second, it catches everywhere, and it burns fires and creates such defamation against Israel, and you cannot do anything. There is nothing you can do.
And it's not the first time that people are accusing Israel on this kind of thing. Let's watch Tucker Carlson, as Sarai says, saying something about the Trump.
He has said out loud he thinks the failure to investigate the Butler shooting, the shooting of our now president Donald Trump, and why wouldn't they investigate that, by the way? That alone is baffling. Why wouldn't they release all the information they have about Thomas Crooks? They haven't. Why? If it was a lone gunman, why didn't tell us all you know? But they haven't. Why? He believes that is connected to the control that Israel has over the United States government, the demonstrable control. He said that. He also pointed to a couple of pretty shocking violations of the president's personal security by the Secret Service. They allowed things to happen that never happen around a president. Now, maybe they were mistakes. You want to think they were. But who's been fired at the Secret Service over those mistakes? No one that we're aware of. There's not been a wholesale reordering of the Secret Service.
You know, they used to say that the lie can go until the half of the world, until the truth comes out. Today, a lie can surround the world 10 times and the truth will not come out. Now, behind the headlines, how do Israelis really feel about their lives? In a country where there is never a dull moment, and despite the ongoing war and the immense challenges of recent years, the data tells a story that might actually surprise you. Let's take a look at the latest life satisfaction index. India, can you break it down for us?
Of course. So the top 10 worldwide, Israel was ranked among the happiest nations in the World Happiness Report. 91% overall satisfaction. 91% of Israelis are satisfied or very satisfied with their life in Israel. 66% report being satisfied with their financial situation. 83% rate their personal health as good or very good. And finally, 96% are highly satisfied with their family relationships and bonds. What do you girls think?
I agree. You know why? Because there is a reason for Israelis that they bear in their heart to live here. If you have a cause to live, if you have a vision, if you have a reason to be here, that's satisfaction, that's happiness. And indeed, we've been through 2.5 harsh years of war. And we've been running to the shelters, and we've been through disasters, and we lose soldiers, and we lose life. And yet, we are on the top 10 of countries that people are very happy. Because it's not only getting your best car or getting the best house and the high level of living. It's important. And Israel is okay in this. But it's more important when you feel that you belong to a society that is resilient, that it's fighting back, that it's unified, and they have share the same goal, the same attitude of living here.
I think as someone who met Aliyah, I came here in 2004, and also I lived in New York, I traveled the world. I always say, before even the 2 years war, 3 years that we facing, there is no a place in the world that I feel safer than Israel. Mm-hmm. To walk here in the streets and just the people. I think what makes this country great is the people. Is the way that we are there for each other. It's our soldiers. It's our cultures. And I think the reason that we are happy is that we love this country and we feel here safe. It's crazy to say this. It's crazy, but
despite all
there is no any other place that I would rather to live or take my children to live than Israel.
Look, Israelis learned an important lesson, which is you're not happy because of your situation. You're happy despite your situation. And
amazing. I
admire Israelis so much for that. Coming from the States, a lot of people, small inconveniences ruin their day. Mm-hmm. Things can be taken really personally when they're not. And Israelis, they kind of just let water roll off their backs. It's like a duck, you know, when there's a duck, the water rolls off its back. It's like, I admire that you can let go of things very easily. And you have to, because, you know, things happen in this country. There's sadness, there's sorrow, but you move on to the next day. It was really a shock. And people, you know, I remember after there was Operation
in a war in 2021. It was my first war I experienced here in Israel, between Israel and Hamas. And, you know, I posted about it. And then a week later, I posted online posting about the Dead Sea and being at the Dead Sea. And people, I got so much hate. Wow, you know, you were just war, you were lying, and now you're at the Dead Sea. And it's like, when you're here, you understand it. Like, no, there was. I didn't make this up, but life goes on. Tomorrow, you're expected to be at work. You don't get a month of mental health recovery. It's not like this.
100%, 100%. These are beautiful words to end the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, ladies, thank you so much for this fascinating show. It was amazing. And to our viewers, thank you for joining us on All Caps. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll see you next time.